Hey guys, it's Katie. So today I wanted to do the Totally Should Have book tag. The original tag was made by Emmabooks, and I'll link her video down below. I was not tagged in this video, but I really want to do it, so here goes. Question 1. Totally should have gotten a sequel. So at the time I read this novel, I thought it was a standalone. When I got to the end, it was a complete cliffhanger, and things were not wrapping up as we got closer, and I was like, how is this gonna end? And I'm like flipping, really carefully, and I'm like, we only have 10 pages left, and we get to this crazy cliffhanger ending, and I was like, what? This can't be it. And I go run to my computer, and I'm like Googling, and I finally find out that it is not a standalone. But for some reason, I really thought it was. I'm gonna have to go with An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. Question 2. Totally should have gotten a spin-off series. So for the spin-off series, I have seen this answer in so many other people's videos, but I have the same one. Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Of course, because I don't even care. I don't even care if it is the Marauders. I don't care if it is Dumbledore. I don't care if it is Harry Potter's children. I just want Harry Potter. I just want more. I just want more. Question 3. An author who should totally write more books. Maybe I'm cheating here, or maybe I'm desperate, but I really want Sarah J. Maas to write more books. Even though she's coming out with 2 more books this year, and probably 2 next year if she follows her current trajectory. But that means next year we're gonna get the 6th and final novel in Throne of Glass, and the 3rd and final novel in ACOTAR, and then it'll end. We'll get no more Sarah J. Maas after 2017. So she needs to keep going. She needs to keep writing. Question 4. A character who should have totally ended up with someone else. Okay, if you haven't read the Grisha trilogy, now is an excellent time to mute until this time, and then spoilers will end. I did not like who Alina ended up with. Mal, the whole time I kind of expected a couple of different endings and none of them happened. And really, by the end, I was kind of rooting for Nikolai. I'll admit, I was rooting for Nikolai. And I even was rooting for the Darkling more than I was rooting for Mal. I didn't like that. It kind of ruined the series to me in some way, and that's really sad because I thought it was really good and I thought the magic system was awesome, but I was not going for Mal. Mal was not endgame. Mal should not have been endgame. Question 5. Totally should have ended differently. For this one, I'm gonna have to go with Winter by Marissa Meyer. Okay, wait, if you haven't finished Winter, okay, mute until this time. So as a novel, it was really good. It was really interesting and a lot happened, of course, but the ending though, I felt like it was such a cop-out. It was so and they lived happily ever after. And that just wasn't happening. They weren't happy. Prince Kaito, Emperor Kaito, Kai, whatever, was on Earth. Well, I mean, he was technically on Luna at the time of the ending, but he was going back to Earth to rule the Eastern Commonwealth, and Cinder was up on Luna, and they aren't on the same planet. And there was she kind of had a plan about what would happen, but it didn't. I mean, we don't know. So I just felt like there were some loose ends that she just kind of tied in a nice little bow all of a sudden out of nowhere, and I just kind of felt like the last lines were a bit of a cop-out, and I wasn't feeling it. I don't know. I feel like I wanted more of a wrap-up at the end of that series, and that book was so dense and it had so much happen that I just felt like all these things were happening the whole time, and then we get to the end and it was and they lived happily ever after, and I was like, no, what? I mean, I want them to. I don't know. It just didn't end really how I wanted. Tell me how you felt about it below. Question 6. Totally should have had a movie franchise. So for this one, I'm gonna have to go back to An Ember in the Ashes. The whole time I was reading it, I could just see it becoming a movie, and I think it would translate so well into a film. It's not really long, and I feel like they wouldn't lose that much, because a lot of what's going on is an internal struggle and thoughts and everything of the characters. So I felt like this could really translate well. This should get a movie franchise. Question 7. Totally should have had a TV show. I hate to be repeating the same books over and over right now, but I don't hate it that much. So for a TV show, I'm definitely gonna have to go with Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas. This series is phenomenal, but I feel like so much happens because the novels are just insane and they get to be humongous. I mean, Queen of Shadows, come on. I just feel like if it became a movie franchise, they would lose a lot of details. You know, to be like Harry Potter, the fourth one, Goblet of Fire, like the book versus the movie, like how much is missing? That would be Queen of Shadows. That would make me cry. So I really think this would go well as a show because you could add all of the detail. I mean, look at Game of Thrones. You can just add it all in there, but I'd really want it to be like a high budget because I don't want to lose quality. Shadowhunters. For a high budget television show, Throne of Glass. Question 8. Totally should only have had one point of view. I couldn't come up with a good one for this. I don't read a lot of books that have multiple points of views, but I read some very good ones. An Ember in the Ashes, Carry On. I mean, I thought those were really phenomenal examples of what a multiple POV book should be like, but I haven't really read a bad one in a while, or at least not that I remembered. I was scouring my shelves and my Goodreads and I was like, I can't remember if some of them have multiple POV, and I don't know. Nothing struck me on this one, so I don't know. Question 9. Totally should have a cover change. So I don't read a lot of books with bad covers. Maybe that's spoiled, but I really do pick books by their cover, and so if they have kind of crappy covers, I'm not like super motivated to read it unless I hear really good things. So I didn't really have a good example for this, but I decided to go with books that I personally would like different covers of my copies, and that's gotta be The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. Look at this. Do you see that? Do you see it? It's like taped. It's destroyed. And this was like my 7th grade backpack. I bought it like at Half Price Books with my brother, and we just abused it to no end. I have this like tape stuff on it. Like it's like a sheet of tape, right, that you like put around the whole book to like keep it from falling apart because I was literally like losing pieces. It is a hot mess, but I have this one as the first one, and then like the copy of the third book I have is this one, and it doesn't match. These do not match. And my copy of The Hobbit is this, and it's like larger, right? Larger than the others. Okay, I need some matching books. These are like my faves. I need some new J.R.R. Tolkien. So I think next year when I like am working full time and have a beautiful, humongous bookshelf, because right now mine is teensy tiny, I think I'm gonna buy like really nice hardcover versions of all 4 books, The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, because I just want some beauties. And hardcovers tend to last a little bit better than paper copies. So that's what I want. Doesn't really need a new cover because there's beautiful ones out there. I just want to buy the beautiful ones. Question 10. Totally should have kept the original covers. This was another one. I stared at my bookshelf and was like, I don't own very many unattractive books, or books that I know have changed since the time that I bought them. In a lot of the books that have had cover changes, I'm just not like emotionally attached to those covers or something. I don't know, I couldn't come up with a good example for this one, and that kind of bums me out, but a lot of people had good ones for this. It was just books I haven't read or don't care about, so I don't have a good one. Question 11. Totally should have stopped at book 1. I hate to say this for all the Twihards out there, but Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. This book, I really adore Twilight. I adored it a whole bunch when it was, just coming out and it was really popular, and like before all the other books had come out and the movies and da-da-da. And I really liked it. And then it kept going. And New Moon was horrible. I know a lot of people are really gonna disagree, and I'm gonna get those evil comments like down below. Don't do that. But I didn't like New Moon. I just thought it was really depressing, and I thought Bella was a bit crazy in that one. And Eclipse is better, but it still wasn't as good as the first one. And Breaking Dawn was a bit of a hot mess in my opinion. There are moments in that one that I really like, but there's a lot that I don't. And I have read Twilight a bunch of times. If there was gonna be another one, I would definitely go for Midnight Sun, the one that Stephanie stopped writing. I would read that. Really, this could have stopped here, and I would be happy. I mean, the movies are really fun, like premieres, and they're hilarious, and I had a good time at those, but in general, as a series, this is the strongest book. It could have stopped. I'd be happy. Alrighty guys, that's it for this video, and I really had a good time. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up. If you want to share some of your thoughts and opinions with me, I'd love to hear from you in the comments down below. If you want to see some more content from me, hit the subscribe button. Alright, I'll catch you next time. Bye! Question 7. Totally should have had a tea show. Cinder is up on Mars. Mars.